Hi, you're listening to the In Motion podcast. I'm your host, Jamieson, and today we have a very interesting individual. They are a Vancouver socialite and someone that I've known for the past couple of years now. Please give it up for Bucky, FAMEGRANDPA.
You are listening to the In Motion podcast with your host, Jamieson.
I wonder what's gonna happen to you. Hey. Okay. There's a bunch of bugs all around you. What are you gonna do now? Run around? Cry about it? Hey, every day I'm doing science things on the computer, man. Hey, Hey, I wonder what's gonna happen to you, man. Hey, what's gonna happen to you, man?
Next week, we'll be finding out how many carrots.
How are you?
I'm okay, relatively. I feel like the world is going to shit. So am I, which is okay.
Yeah, things are a little bit nutty right now, eh?
But on the bright side, I'm 2 steps closer to meeting Nardwar.
Really?
Yes.
In what way?
Come in the shop. Okay, so one of my friends, her mom.
Pascal.
Pascal.
Yeah, I know.
Her mom
Yeah.
grew up with her,
Yeah.
Nardwar. And then she's like, she's gonna make it happen. Or
Yeah.
on the other chance that fails, if she cuts me off, if that fails, then my other friend who's like a videographer is gonna try emailing Nardwar's team. And I'm like,
I've
desperate
tried.
at this point.
I've tried. They don't really. There's not really a team. It's just kind of Nardwar.
I'm like, hello, I
making it
have you on
happen.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm Nardwar follows us and stuff, and I've tried to make it happen.
Oh, okay.
Nardwar, if you're listening,
If you're listening, please give us
let's
a
make it
chance.
happen.
Give us a chance.
Because I think this would be a great spot to because he interviews comics,
This would be
right?
so good.
it would be a good background and everything, right? And I'd love that. It'd be pretty legendary.
But he
to
does
get.
not care.
No,
Once he's getting his money up, then sure.
I don't think it's a money up thing.
You don't?
He does like a radio show for the Discorder.
Oh,
like,
for CITR.
Yeah, CITR.
I'm like, do
yeah.
I gotta walk into UBC to find him?
Yeah, probably. You probably could find him that way.
That's true. But then I feel like he won't give me the time of day.
You know what? He interviewed Trey Denzel with Stocks
I
Vintage.
know.
I know.
I'm like, Trey did not deserve that. I'm
No,
sorry.
I
That should be me.
I got so when I went because it was happening right when we were starting up the Mon too. I was just like, oh wait, this is a possibility that you could have
Like
this
the
one day.
FOMO.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was huge FOMO for sure. So Bucky, what do you do for work? What do you?
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about
I
your
like
life
saying
actually.
that I'm unemployed, even though I'm not. So right now I'm working at an arts council.
Okay.
So
what is it?
basically,
Yeah.
I'm just organizing events and stuff.
Okay.
It's not fun. The
No.
pay is shit. Nonprofit is ass.
Oh,
I
yeah.
recently graduated from SFU.
Okay.
In December.
What did
which
you
I
study
regret
there?
so much. So
Yeah.
I studied communications.
Yeah,
Which is
alright.
basically
Yeah.
just like dumb people business. And I'm like, all the student loan debt isn't paying off. And even when I have job interviews, they don't want to hire me because when they Google me, they think I'm crazy.
Right.
And I'm like, I've worked regular office jobs. Hello. Like, I'm overqualified, if
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But I just want to be.
Also self-starter, and that'd be the first thing that I'd look at. Like you've clearly established like a brand recognition. You've clearly
See,
established.
you get it, but they don't.
Yeah,
They don't.
yeah. No, I got it right away. I got it
I'm just
before.
like,
I have to say early adopter.
You knew before, I know.
early adopter. I knew before because you were very much so willing to just be like out there, and also there's this thing sometimes where like people. Like, if this was like 2005, you would have had a show on MTV already. You know what I
Much
mean?
music. I'm like,
yeah, much
oh my
music.
God, let me go
like,
back in time.
Yeah, like I feel like kind of similar to my friend Sam that way. Dollhead. Yeah,
Dollhead,
right.
uh-huh.
It's just like a great personality to have on camera. You know,
And
like,
Sam is iconic in the sense that she wants to be famous so badly.
Yeah.
And she has all the potential because you have a talent.
Yeah.
I don't have a real talent. One of my friends is like, Bucky, your talent is just hype. I'm like, that's not a talent, bitch.
well, I
Louis
think of
Sam
you
is
as
good
like
at the
a
photo.
like a socialite. Like that's how I mean, I guess it's just from
I'm
like.
like, is socialite a talent? No. I always say I'm a Z-list content creator. Because
Okay.
if you know who I am, you know who I am.
Right.
If you don't, it's just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
For example, on the bus last week, going to commercial,
Yeah.
this random guy was like, oh, hey, you're FAMEGRANDPA. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
hi, nice to meet you, I'm Bucky.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I don't know how I feel about you, though. And I was like, what? And then he goes, can I get a selfie? And I was, that is such a weird thing to say to someone.
I don't know how I feel about you though.
And I'm like, damn.
in what way?
Because I'm like, I get people don't like me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why are you talking to me then? And I'm
Yeah.
very polarizing on purpose in the sense that Trisha Paytas did it. Gabby Hanna did it. You either have to be loved or completely hated.
Yeah.
If you're in the middle, if you're neutral, you're not doing a good job.
Is it just because you've got maybe a bigger personality or something?
I mean, I think so, but also I'm very annoying, I'm very obnoxious, and I know that, and I'm also self-aware in that sense, and I'm also a bitch, so I'm just like, if you don't like me, it's okay, but also, don't talk to me, don't kick my ass.
But is being a bitch. I've never. Well, at least I don't know you that well, but I don't really see you as like a bad person though, or something.
I'm not a bad person.
Yeah, like I
I'm
don't
a
see you
cunt.
like making like bad moves or anything. You seem to be quite liked because of
Okay, I'll
this.
take
I've
that.
heard, you're a good
Ooh.
individual.
I'm delusional in the sense that I don't care to be liked. Like
Okay.
hearing nice comments to me doesn't mean anything because online you hear it all.
You just
like,
want those
you're
numbers,
pretty,
you
you're
want
funny,
that
you're interesting,
algorithm.
You're nice, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm like hearing real criticism helps you grow.
Yeah.
Helps you figure out what people don't like about you, so you can capitalize off of that.
Yeah.
And I'd rather hear that more so than people giving me like, oh my gosh, Bucky, I love you, because I don't care. My mom
Yeah.
loves me too, bitch.
I don't always respond the best to criticism.
Okay, fair.
Because sometimes it's just depending on who is giving it. Like if I get criticism from someone who I know or knows me,
Yes.
I'll take that and I'll
Yes.
be like, okay, yeah, there we go. All right, I'll take that and like really like fundamentally like look into that and actually make changes from that. But what I don't like is like getting people that like are not even in your like DMs, they have to go to like the requested file.
Yep,
Yeah,
the hidden
you know,
stuff.
and you're just like, bro, you don't follow me. I don't follow you. Why are you why are you sending me some
Look, when
shit
you're behind
that you
a
don't
blank
know?
profile,
Yeah.
like, you being mean or being nasty
Yeah.
doesn't affect me. I don't care.
Yeah.
For example, people will say things about me that I don't agree with.
Right.
But I'm okay with hearing it because I'm like, now I can defend myself. For example,
Yeah.
I met one of my friend's coworkers.
Yeah.
And then I was drunk that day, so I was flirting with him. I was bored.
Yeah.
Also, I'll flirt with anybody, for context.
Yeah.
And he is pretty, but also not that pretty.
Yeah.
So at the party, I was flirting with him, and he wasn't reciprocating, which is fine. So my crazy ass moves on, starts flirting with some other white gay,
Yeah.
and makes out with him in front of this guy. So he
Some
sees.
other white
and
gay.
while I was drunk, he tells my friend, he was like, "Oh, Bucky gives off insecure vibes because why would he get so insecure that he gets rejected, then goes to another guy?"
Right.
And I was like, "I'm not insecure." I was like, "You can think that I'm insecure because of that," but I was like, "I'm delusional enough and confident
Oh,
enough
I'm
to
just
move
trying to get
on."
laid, son.
And that's why I'm just like, hearing people that don't know you talk about you
Yeah.
is good because if I'm your friend, I'm not really gonna tell you, "Hey girly, that outfit's ugly, or you don't look good today,
Right.
fix your hair," stuff like that, because it's like you can, but also there's a leeway in how you say things or when you say things, and people get offended. Because I'm also about honesty, but bitches don't like that.
Well, here's kind of my rule when it comes to things like that, where I'll go like, if you want to take a swing and you miss, that's fine. I'm not gonna say shit. But it's when you go and you're doing it like, it's like, all right, this is the third time I've seen you wearing that ugly sweater. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know, bro. Like, oh, it's again with the root sweater today, or like whatever it is, right? Like,
Or I'm like,
I can
please,
get-
please take a shower. Stuff
Oh
like that.
God, yeah, that'll happen.
Like my therapist used to be like, "Bucky, you're too brutally honest, and brutality isn't cute. You need to be
hilarious.
honest, but with kindness."
Right.
And I'm like, sure, I get that, but the
No.
idea of being kind and also honest to me doesn't make sense.
No.
I'm like, if I'm telling you something genuinely, I'm like, my intentions aren't bad,
Yeah.
but typically it'll come across as, "Oh, Bucky's rude, Bucky's mean," which I'm okay with because I'm like, okay, if that's me, I'm not fucking changing that. I'm
Yeah.
24, turning 25, my brain's almost fully developed,
Right.
and once that shit clicks in, this is me, bitch.
This is me forever.
Like, there's
You
nothing
got me
fixing
locked
that.
in. I've been thinking about that a lot this week, actually, because I'm 22, turning 23.
Not you
now.
younger than me.
Yeah, I know, right? But I was thinking about it and I was just like, oh right, I'm still like when I'm smoking weed or something, or like I did acid when I was younger, and like mushrooms and all these things that you're not supposed to do when
Yeah.
you're younger, and I'm like, wait, I wonder if it's like actually affected my like brain chemistry.
I'm like,
or
is this
something.
why I'm so damaged and broken?
I know, right? I stay away from like enough of the like hard shit that I think I kind of maybe skipped out on some of that, but like
even to
I
this
don't
day,
know.
I'm like, if someone offers me something while I'm out,
Yeah.
I'll just be like, sure. Yesterday, I was
Really?
like, let me just sniff, and now I'm like, okay, that was stupid of me. But then I'm just like, the idea of like saying no to something while you're already out, I'm just like, I don't really care if this kills me.
Oh,
But at the same
word.
time, I'm just like, ooh, this is a good story to tell.
I don't think you're done yet, Like I think you got more.
I mean, I would
more in
say
the
I wouldn't
tank,
mind
right?
dying by 27. I would not mind at all.
Yeah, I mean the 27 club's like definitely
I'm like,
what
ooh,
I'm.
I'm inching closer.
I got real close to the 21 club. I'll tell you that much.
Ain't no way. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
'cause-
story time.
Yeah, well, that I don't know if you saw on my Instagram or not, but I got in like a pretty bad car crash.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, so I got in a bad car crash in July of last year. Yeah, we're out in the Yukon driving like the highway that goes to, like the northest point in Canada. And we flipped the car 3 times into a lake upside down. Yeah, crawling out the fucking water, like in the lake.
But at least you survived.
I survived, but it was like this big moment. Like, I don't know if you have any of this or not, but like, you know, I always felt like I was, you know, well, I am just in general a fairly depressed person.
Period.
And, yeah, but like, but like when you're in there and you come out of that and you actually like you did everything that you
and
could.
now you're like, I don't want to die anymore.
Well, yeah, right? Because anytime you start thinking about it, you go like, bitch, you had the opportunity. That would have been an iconic death. We had like, like, I don't know, at the time, like the movie Morbius was like a really big meme. And so like we were like doing all these like Morbius memes and had like a show, the next show that was happening like the next day after the crash was like going to be like a show for like watching Morbius, like our movie madness show. And like I just think it would have been so fucking hilarious to be like, that's the last show of the MOTN, you know? Yeah, rest in peace, Morbius, you know?
I'm like, who would take over this shit if you were dead though?
No one. It would be done, probably, yeah.
Yeah, so sad. Okay, good thing you survived. Like, I've drowned 3 times. So I would say the 4th time I drowned is gonna be my last.
Wait, what? You've drowned 3 times?
Yeah, so the first time in like elementary school, like boys pushed me under a float, so I was drowning. And I was like, ooh, homophobia. And then the second time I was going down a slide, and the guy was like, oh, if you want to go really fast, just lie on your back.
Yeah.
And my dumbass doesn't know how to swim, so I lied on my back, went right under the water, and they just saved me.
Yeah.
And it was embarrassing. And then the last time, went camping for the first and last time ever, which was disgusting, first of all.
No, camping's
and my dad
the
was
greatest.
like, don't go in the water, you can't swim.
Yeah.
But I was like,
you can't swim.
Yeah, I can't swim at all. So I was like, I need a cute Instagram photo on that giant rock in the water. And thinking, I was like, this water's clear, it doesn't look deep at all.
Yeah.
And then I got my brother, I was like, here's my phone, take a photo of me. And bitch, I went in, immediately submerged, drowning, and then they had to come and save my ass. And it was humiliating. So now I'm always just like, Edna Pontellier, babe, I'm coming for your gig. And I'm okay with drowning because it's a quick death.
No.
It isn't?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
I don't think so.
Universe, I didn't mean that.
You've drowned almost 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of the water now or no?
I mean, I say yes, but not really in the sense that I'll go to the beach, I'll go in the water and then quickly run out.
Yeah.
But I'm just like swimming and stuff. I don't care.
Do you want to learn how to swim?
No, I don't care. I'm not Little Mermaid. I don't need to do that. Like, it's just not worth my time.
But what about when you get like rich and famous and people want to take you on boats and stuff?
Oh, I mean, I'll go on a yacht. This summer I'll go on a yacht. Who want me? Who want me?
Yeah, but you're not gonna hop in the water.
No.
What about with a flotational?
Oh, life jacket.
Yeah,
of
life
course.
jacket.
Then,
Okay.
I don't care.
So you were in elementary school and some kids tried to fucking drown you.
Yeah, isn't that iconic though?
It is. Where
hope they're doing
did you go to school? Where'd you grow up?
Surrey. It was Green Timbers. You
Green
won't know what it
Timbers.
is.
No, I grew up in Surrey. Yeah, I grew up in White Rock.
Slay.
Yeah. Okay, so Green Timbers in whereabouts in Surrey?
It's if I tell you where it is, I live really close to there now, so it's like
Okay,
I'm
all right.
88. So I'm like, yes, doxing myself. It's cute though.
Yeah. And so kids there, this would have been 2002
I don't even know
or
the
3
era.
or whatever.
It was a long time ago. I'm old.
Yeah, no, but like, okay, I mean, it just interested in that. So fucking people tried to fucking kill you for.
I know.
So how does that give you a tougher skin then when it comes to getting shit online? Because you're like, oh, I've been dealing with this my whole life.
Like, when I first started getting really mean comments online or just anything that wasn't positive, it turned my world upside down. I was immediately like, I hate this, I'm so scared. I don't want to post online ever again. But at a certain point, I was like, I don't really give a fuck what people say about me. I don't. I'm like, I know who I am. I'm confident about who I am. So what people say is just free engagement. Yeah. And I'd rather have a bunch of bad comments because people will A, defend you, or B, drag you again and again and again. And even to this day, no one has ever really said something so mean or so bad that I'm like, wow, that's a really good insult. Yeah. I'm like, where's the creativity?
Right. It's mostly just kind of basic
it's just
homophobic
like, oh, you're annoying,
shit.
stuff like that.
Right.
And that doesn't bother me. I'm like, that's true.
Yeah.
Or they'll compare me to like cartoon characters, but I'm like, I'm a wannabe cartoon
that
character.
was
You comparing
like,
me to a cartoon is the dream.
It was like, my branding's working then.
I'm
Good.
like, thanks.
So I'm not trying to harp on this bit too much,
like,
but I'm just
drag me.
I'm just interested. Like, okay, so because one of the things that I do think sometimes is like missing in some of the conversations when it comes to like so like you're a man, right? You know, yes, right? You know.
This is funny though, because my boss, she was like, I had to carry heavy boxes, like 40 boxes for them.
Yeah.
And then one of them was like, oh, you're such a strong guy. And then the other boss was like, whoa, Bucky, do you identify as a guy? I was like, yes, I do. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
And it killed me because I was like, do I give off a girly girl? Ooh.
Well, it's kind of rare though now.
True.
I don't actually. I know a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, and all the other, whatever. But I don't actually know very many just straight gay men.
Right now, so people are changing their pronouns to like he/they.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And my logic is like I would totally do that. Like I don't care what people call me in terms of pronouns.
Yeah.
But I'm like I keep mine as he/him.
Yeah.
Just to scare the straight hetero cis boys because to them I'm like if I'm he/him, so are you babes. Aren't you uncomfortable?
That's exactly what I was wanting to kind of get at. Well, so this idea. So like I know at least for me and other men. So like something like that happens, and then how do you navigate like rage in that way? Because like I still know like in every fucking guy we do have some like bit of like rage that's like in us, and like so like some motherfuckers try to kill you at like a young age.
Okay.
How do you not then take that as a young man and then flip that onto other people? Like, what is your? Because that seems to be
That's
like,
true.
you know.
I used to say I used to be very angry as a child and growing up.
Okay, so then
And
there
it
we
was
go.
bad.
Okay, there we go.
Like, I
So
would
it
hang out
was
with
bad.
everyone. I would lash out all the time.
Okay, there we go.
And it was bad, but then growing up now, I'm just like I don't care to use anger more so than just if you're
Yeah,
treating.
you grew up out of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that was there after.
I'm like the anger turns to hurt at a certain point.
Of
And I think
course.
that's better because when you're young and angry, no one wants to be around you. It's not cute.
No.
It's not nice to be around.
No, it's
and
not
you're mean
fun.
to people for no reason, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, ooh. But now I'm like, now if you piss me off, I'm gonna be mean deliberately, not like. to
Yeah,
anybody.
but it's also like a, I don't know. Like I'm a big fan of like I love like Trixie Mattel and Katya.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
their show I think is one of the fucking funniest. The Netflix
They're
one.
so iconic.
So great. But like they do mean, but it's also never mean really.
Uh-huh.
Like, and so I think that there's that as well. Whereas like maybe if I was coming at things and just being like, you look like shit, like
Exactly.
coming from me, it might not like come off in the
I think
same
there's also a fine
way.
line between like who can say mean things. For example, if you're conventionally attractive, if you say something shady or rude or mean, people are more likely to forgive you for it. But if you're ugly or not cute, people are gonna get more mad at you because now they have ammo against you.
Right, yeah. God, yeah, that is true. As a resident Uggo, yeah, I can attest to that. So we figured out. Okay, so there was a bit of that in the beginning, and then now you navigate and you're what are you trying to do? Like, what is, you're saying you don't have any talents or anything. Are you just trying to pop off influencer style? Is that kind of?
I mean, I think influencing is dead almost.
Pretty much.
If you're not an influencer now, you're never gonna become one. And people think that I'm like some sort of big influencer, but I'm not. Like if you don't know me, you see me online, you're gonna think that I'm somebody who gets paid for gigs and stuff.
Right.
I'm like I barely get paid for things, but I'm doing a lot because I always get reached out to.
Right.
Which I'm okay with because I know realistically I'm in the same proximity as these big influencers who I aspire to be like.
Yeah.
But I'm just like I don't see that happening for me quickly. So ideally, I'd love to be on reality TV.
Oh,
but also,
fuck
if you're
yeah.
mentally ill or crazy,
Yeah.
they don't want you.
No,
Like, you
they
won't-
kind of do though.
No, they
Wait,
don't.
can we talk about reality TV? Are you a
Yes.
big reality TV
Okay,
fan?
even recently, so me and my sister applied to a show. Can't say what it was. We almost
Okay.
got on the
Okay.
final round, and then they didn't put us on.
Can you tell me after?
I will tell you
we're
after,
done?
yeah.
Okay.
But I was so mad because I didn't care
It's
to be
Big
on
Brother.
that show. Not Big Brother, no.
Oh,
They don't
really?
want. They don't want me. They don't want me. I would
You would
love
be
to be on.
perfect
I would
on Big
love to
Brother
be on.
Canada.
Oh,
Are you
tell
kidding me?
Like I'm a huge fan of Big Brother too, but
Yeah.
they just don't care because I've applied year after year after year. They don't think that I'm real. Like they
Right.
think that I'm putting on a persona or shtick.
Right.
And I'm like, baby girl, this is me.
No, it's
10.
100%. Yeah.
But that annoys me. But yes, we applied. The process was so long. It took so long. But they felt like attached to us because my sister is so normal and she survived cancer.
Yeah.
So I knew applying with her would make us humanized.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gay, bitch. And then they ate it up and we didn't get
I'm
on.
gay. She's got cancer. Put us on your
Please.
show.
I'm like, yo, my diversity hires were right
Yep.
here.
Yeah. Right.
But it didn't happen, and I was so pissed because I was like, for once, I really thought something that I've been dreaming of for years was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And the hard part of that is, people always say, like, when you're young, don't give up on your dreams, chase those dreams. But as an adult, at what point do you just be like, hey, it's not gonna happen, I give up?
Yeah. Are you the Netflix reality shows? Do you like those ones?
I do, but also
I'm-
Netflix, they barely put Canadian people on.
No, I know.
I'm like, can you do a Love
They're
Island
gonna
for gay people?
They're gonna. Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, please, because the Love Island.
Please.
No, too hot to handle, but with gay people would
so
be
messy.
so messy. It would.
We deserve.
There'd be $0 at the end.
Like even Bad Girls Club. I'm like, bring that stuff back.
Yeah. I'm really big on the Netflix reality shows. I'm like currently watching the new season of
Message.
See, I'm not as big on the Circle.
You aren't? Okay.
Okay.
I love it because I'm a social media girly.
Right.
So I'm like, to me, watching that, I'm like, this is so easy to do. You're just in one room by yourself.
Yeah.
And there's no one to talk to. And that's ideal because then you can't really get into conflict because you have to think about everything. But I know in a show like Big Brother, I would be dramatic as hell. People would not like me because they're like, oh, this bitch is crazy. Which I am.
No, I think there's weird seasons of Big Brother where sneaker hits come in.
Are you watching
think
this season?
I haven't. No.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm on the new season of Love Is Blind because that's my shit.
Love Is Blind.
Love Is Blind is the shit. I think that those collection, like the Nick Lachey, the Lachey collections
that's
are
so
like.
Well done.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second because I think that this is like they're really strange when you dissect them. Really.
I think the only downside of that type of TV is people who watch it, they'll follow. You'll have millions of followers after, but the amount of hate you get is
it's
disgusting.
insane. It's insane.
I'm like, I don't know how I would survive that.
Yeah, it's insane. And also, it's really revealing, like, of your character and, like, in making mistakes and then how they want to then, like, rework that.
And then they get a PR team with their bad apologies.
Yeah. But what I think is really interesting about all of those shows, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but they all seem to have, like, a bordering, like, puritanical or, like, kind of, like, Christian undertone on all of, like, the premises. Like, if you dissect them, like, okay, so Love Is Blind is basically, like, arranged marriages.
Yes.
Right? So, like, you're basically doing what, like, a lot of modern day arranged marriages look like, where you would go on, like, a couple of speed dating kind of things. Maybe, like, it's, like, a week, and then you kind of like link together and you're like, all right, that's who we're gonna get married in, and that's who you spend your life with.
My mom wants me to get arranged marriage to a woman. I'm like, thanks, girl. Let's go to Pakistan. Let's do it.
Could you imagine?
I would do it though.
Just you being like, I'm gonna eat your pussy.
Like, or one of my best friends, she was like, Bucky, I just want you to fuck me. And I was like, girl, nothing's gonna happen. But
Nothing would happen.
Even being gay, I'm like, I couldn't have been bi. Like, damn, universe. What the
hell?
Yeah.
Well, that's like a kind of a more of an old school thing. Like, you're kind of like vintage gay now. Like, because all my friends that are
gay now, it's not even a bad thing anymore. Like back then when I was growing up,
it used to be hot.
Ew, gay.
Yeah,
you're gay.
But it used to be kind of hot though, right? It was kind of it was kind of hot because it's like, ooh, we're kind of doing something
mysterious.
You know, like
now just like, okay, well, this is so normalized. At least here in Canada and Vancouver.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off because I'm like, damn, I kind of want to feel like my existence deserves to be shaken up a little bit.
And then if you look at The Ultimatum,
okay, yeah,
that one is like basically like partner swapping, right? Like,
it's weird too,
which is like Mormon
why
shit.
Would you willingly do this?
The Ultimatum is one of the weirdest ones for sure.
Or there was that one with they're fucking in furry costumes and stuff.
Oh, right. Yes, yeah.
Like, that was peculiar.
But that one's not part of the Lachey collection. No. That's the bit that I find so interesting about, like, specifically theirs, because they seem to be like, oh, we've been married for a while, therefore we are experts in marriage and love. And you're like,
and even if for his career to last this long,
it's
I'm like,
so strange.
How did you have longevity?
It's so strange.
Really boring.
And then Perfect Match is like more or less the Avengers, like, meeting up of everyone. That's the best one. When I got Netflix again, like, Netflix had kicked me off because I was sharing a password, and I got Netflix again because I was like, oh, the Perfect Match is a thing? I have to see.
I'm like, I won't pay for Netflix. I'll literally Google the sketchy websites, watch it on there.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because I'm like, Netflix, you're ruining your entire audience.
Yeah. I did get rid of it, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll pay the $7 or whatever to, like, get attached.
I can't justify that. I'm like, that's basically
I know. And then Too Hot to Handle is like kind of like on some like purity kind of shit,
they also
right?
made that new show where it was all the people from reality shows trying to find their match. Did you watch that one?
That's the Perfect Match.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
the Perfect Match.
What's her name? Francesca.
And
she's from Vancouver.
Is she really?
And I'm like, girl, I love you and all, but you are so unlikable on here. But I'm like, you've been on TV before. Why are you not putting on an act at least?
Horrid. Yeah, I feel like that's the crew. Like, I could definitely see you on one of those. Like,
I understand. Like, if you have a big ego, you're perfect for TV. But at the end of the day, you're gonna leave feeling like pure shit because now everyone like knows the true color. People always say
Right.
it's on the edit. I'm like, yeah, it could be you edited badly, but realistically, you're saying this after making you look like.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of it's written. I like to think that maybe the first couple of episodes they like, you know, they do some writing, you know, inclusions or whatever, and then like, but by the time the alcohol starts flowing, it's
like,
pretty
I feel like
wild.
It's scripted to like a very tiny percentage because
A
how
little
are you gonna
bit.
script a live show almost?
Yeah.
Like, even on Drag Race, like that's not scripted at all.
Yeah.
And also putting that many queer people in a room, I'm like, it's gonna be good TV.
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was really fun during the pandemic because the Rio wasn't able to be open during because of the movie theaters. Yeah, they were gonna close, and then what Kareen over there figured out was that sports bars were able to be open, but movie theaters weren't. So they converted the theater into a sports bar, but they got around a loophole because drag is now considered a sport. So they are able to do like watching, being able to do Drag Race, like being able to do watching parties. So me and all my straight homies were like, fuck it, we're not into sports. Let's go and like support the Rio. And we bought a bunch of tickets.
The whole discourse right now with drag queens and drag performers in general, I'm like, I hate you incel, nasty, weird bitches that are making it into something that's not.
Interesting.
Like, the discourse online is so scary.
Like what?
Seen it?
No.
People are basically saying that like, oh, drag artists are like, basically changing how kids view. Oh, why are kids being stuff like that? And it pisses me off so much because I'm just like, where did you all think this? Like the church is right there, man.
No, it's really strange for Catholics to start pointing fingers all of a sudden on like we don't want our kids around. No, and it's like also like drag performers don't want to fuck your kids, dude. Exactly. Like they don't want to fuck your kid. Like they're looking at you and being like, I did this so I don't have to be around you. And now we're like,
what is Jesus teaching y'all?
Yeah.
What is Reddit teaching y'all?
No, I mean my babysitter when I was growing up did drag, so like that's why it's never been, you know, like that was like the first kind of intro that I had. Very like, you know, one or two like worked with my mom, you know, and like got to learn about that stuff early on. Like fucking never anything.
Would you ever do
weird.
drag?
I love the community. I think that it's just so physical and so like there's a lot of talent involved in it that like I'm like I don't think I could do that element of it.
Like, I say I would love to do it, but I'm just like everyone who does it here is so good.
They're so good.
I'm like,
yeah.
Why would I bother?
Like I couldn't do that. The whole like the drop your legs thing, you know? Yeah. Yeah. No, not at all. That drag was our entry point for shows. Our first shows were drag at the MOTN.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So
bring it back.
Honestly, it was great in that setting, but they are like it takes such a toll on the space. You could literally like go like this on the wall and like see like the sweat drop. Like it got like hot boxed of sweat. It was great during the pandemic. It felt like when I was talking to the people that were running it and everything, they were like, this feels like the old school drag because it's during the pandemic. We're not supposed to be doing this. You're putting like, you know, like 50 people in a room, no masks. We're all getting kind of crazy, you know, like it was like
vintage.
It was given vintage, like kind of having to like sneak around a little bit vibes, you know, and like that's where a lot of like the sexy part of all of that used to be, you know. I don't necessarily like, you know, feel that, but I definitely was like, this feels, yeah, I know, but I just was like, this feels cool. Like it feels like we're doing something that maybe we shouldn't be doing, and that feels like kind of like it feels kind of hot in a way, you know. Like you're like, this is cool. Like I don't know. There was something definitely fun, and then also just the most respectful people of the like the space, like the cleanup afterwards, like making sure it was all great. If it wasn't just like, you know, because you're not gonna go there and be like, you gotta turn the noise down, like that shit. It gets pretty wild, and we don't do music here in that same way, just because it puts too much.
But now you're like focusing all on comedy, though.
Yeah, I love that. That's like my clip.
Because I remember you DM me, you were like, oh, you should try stand up. So I signed up for a stand up comedy class.
Did you?
Starts the end of this month.
Really?
I'm really scared though because the idea of doing that and being bad at it is humiliating in a class setting. Because I'm just like, I think I'm funny naturally, but I don't think I can memorize a script. One.
Yeah.
I'm like, brain cells are gone.
Yeah.
Two, writing funny stuff is so confusing and hard.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who has good material I can copy?
When you start working in and around like the people in your surrounding yourself in the community, it becomes a lot more natural because you're riffing constantly and
That's true.
people are like, you know, like throwing stuff out, and like the one thing that I that you will get, and I mean something to look at, but like you're gonna get a lot of opportunities really quickly, and things that you probably don't. No, you probably will. And just looking at like, at least like just for laughs, like, you know, peace and love, but like there were shows that were like putting like amateur comics in, but like fit, you know, like the things that you were talking about with like,
I'm like, yay, diversity and personality hire, here I come.
But like, we're like, there's nepo babies, there, you know, there's all these things that are working in, and like people, you know, going up and doing these like big shows sometimes where you're like, fuck, like you're definitely
like
not.
Canada's Got Talent or whatever.
Sorry. Oh yeah, well that's not a nepo baby. Yeah,
No, that's talent.
yeah,
I watched on TV and
Ola should have won that. Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Like,
Ola
that's
should have
really
won that. Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, a class is good. Really, the best thing to do is just start getting up at the open mics and meeting good people, and obviously I can connect you in with good people. But you know, humility, like, which I know probably one of those weird ones where you're like a little bit hard, and there'll be people that will like right off the bat like write you off just because you're a big personality, and they'll be like, fuck it, you know. But if you're able to come in and you like are focused in on writing jokes and like, you know, coming up with new stuff and like trying stuff out,
like, I would command the room in ways that they cannot. I just feel like Vancouver is so boring in general. Like, I'm so over the city.
No,
like, genuinely though, I hate it.
It is. It's a bit much right now. It's a bit much right now. It's a bit much when you're looking at things and you're like, yeah, like TransLink getting like $500 million.
Like, what is going on?
Like a little strange, you know? Like there's some weird corruption shit going on right now that like no one's looking into. But like it is strange when you start to go up the ladder of like organized crime and their involvement in the downtown east side and human trafficking.
And it's so disheartening.
It's so disheartening. But it stems to something that is like clearly larger that's going on, that yeah, I don't know, like I don't want to fucking get killed, you know, like talking about it, but like,
I'm like, you can kill me. I volunteer.
It is bizarre that like a lot of the SROs that are like privatized, or like the private like hotel SRO subsidized, are like owned by like major crime, and then you're like, okay, if you're just out here like owning buildings that are getting like government funding, it's like a little bit strange that you guys are in bed together. It's very convenient that the head of the police makes more money than the prime minister of our country.
Yeah.
It's a little convenient. It's a little strange, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost as if they want to be able to keep a problem happening systemically so that they can keep their need and their rise to keep funding going on, right? Well, this is the interesting thing. Like, this is the bit that I think is like the disconnect in what is often happening right now. And I don't want to get too political or whatever, but
as you should.
but like, I think that what has happened is that people have decided that there are issues that people don't actually align with, and then they think that causes what is a divide. But you can actually look at any given angle from the other side's perspective and actually be able to reason that and go, okay, we can actually probably figure things out in general.
What did you study in school?
Well, I film nothing. I've just been reading.
It sounds like you're writing an essay.
I know. I'm used to read. I haven't read a book in years, but I just listen to podcasts and whatever. But like an interesting idea. Okay, so like even, you know, like right now what's happening in the States with, you know, they're banning a lot of people being able to become trans, right?
Yeah.
So like if you look at that actually from a perspective of someone, let's say on the right, that has maybe been like tricked into thinking that like that's a good thing. If you actually look at what like the core value sets are of that kind of ideology, it's typically supposed to be limited government, pro-freedom, and your ability to do what you want without the government being involved. Okay. So the minute that the government starts to get involved, but it's with them trans folk over there, now you're all pro that, it doesn't actually really make any sense. The same way that when you see like people talking about police brutality in the States, but then also will want guns going away, it's like, well, motherfucker, when the troops start rolling in, when the fucking those cops that will 100%, if a fucking horrid regime takes over, when the troops start rolling in, you're gonna need something to make that fucking happen. You look at countries like Cuba or different countries that like where all of the same things that are happening right now, just like a general vibe of like, it doesn't matter which side of the political aisle you're on, we're gonna take some shit away from you and like start limiting things.
I'm like, I was listening with that.
Dumb. Move on, bitch.
Like,
Move on, bitch. No, all I'm trying to say with that is that I think that people have gone divided to a point where we're not looking out for one another anymore, and we're not actually looking. People have gotten tricked into hating one another, and ultimately, if you look at things from either side, you can actually see like that we should all kind of be united right now, because like,
I'm like, where did empathy go?
Empathy's gone. Empathy's gone. Empathy's gone, and you can look at that in the comment section of what's happening on Hastings right now.
True.
The comment section is fucking gnarly.
People are so weird here.
People being like, in like Vancouver, we're Canadians. People being like, let him die. You're like, what? Like, we're okay? Like, we're just pro-death now? Like, you know, where did that? You know, pro-death when it's a real fucking human, but they're pro-life on some.
We're all closer to being houseless than we are to become like billionaires.
Oh,
like,
so much. Yes,
that?
fuck it. That's such a good point, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, we're so much closer. Like, at least I don't know about you, but like, I'm so much closer.
I'm like, I'm in so much debt. Or people always say, like, oh, Bucky, you seem so rich. I think I have money, and I'm like, I have nothing. I'm on ground zero, bitch. I'm like, student loan debt, the job don't pay good enough. Shit like that pisses me off because I'm like, everyone in Vancouver, I'm like, rent is so expensive. Yeah. Food is expensive. Why is Nutella $7?
It's ridiculous.
We can barely afford to live.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. No, it's groceries, everything, and yeah, you look and you're like, and then even what they just recently did when they announced the whole the sweep. Was they put in a thing on the same day. They're like, okay, we're also going to do these things that are going to help long term. Or they decided, well, we've already banned being able to, like, foreign buyers, right? So that's like already a thing in BC, that like people from out of the country can't come and buy property. And you're like, okay, you know, that makes sense, you know, and then that way there's not a bunch of vacant homes and all of this. But they also just announced that you can't flip houses anymore. So like, if you want to buy a property and be able to sell it at a marked up rate, they're basically putting all these taxes and regulations so that you're not able to do that. Well, the problem is that if Canadian citizens are looking to be able to do that, that's the only surefire way throughout all of history that actually has worked, that will elevate someone from the lower or middle economic class to being able to get to the higher economic class. So they basically just said that not only are we making a war on the lowest economic people in the province with going and just taking all these fucking tents, which are private property. But again, these all come at things. So you can look at this from like, you know, people will get so political with it, but you can look at this from a conservative perspective and go like, that's fucked up due to the conservative value set as well. Like, it's the government coming in and taking your property at any given, you know, like, just like ability to come and do that shit. Like, that's not good that we have that. You shouldn't have like the people that you pay, or that the people, like, we are the people, they shouldn't be able to just come in and like take your shit at random, right? And just destroy it with like no reverence. Turn off the fucking security cameras, the street cameras. That's like
so corrupt.
That's Orwellian shit. Like, we like, and then what do we do about it? What do we do about it? You look up on Instagram, France. Like, look up on Instagram, like, literally right now. France? Just look up the topic of France, and let's see what comes up.
Not French people, but they scare me.
Just yeah. Oh god, yeah, the French, but just the country France, and then we'll look up what it looks like on TikTok. I'll do it on TikTok, and we'll just show a little.
France. Do I click the news thing? What do I press?
Just the topic France.
Okay. It says France-China trade ties.
Oh no! Oh, on Instagram. On Instagram. Yeah, just like on Explore.
I'm dumb.
This will just be interesting, like, for us to see kind of what is going on with our, like, you know, because I'm an Instagram guy. I don't do TikTok really. I don't know. Do you do TikTok?
I do. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit much, but let's see. Oh yeah, it looks beautiful, right? Like, beautiful Paris, you know. I'll throw a little clip. Well, this is really what's actually happening in France right now. So in France, they have massive riots happening all over the streets. There's garbage piled up in blocks so that traffic can't move in the streets of Paris. They've taken dump trucks and are putting giant dump trucks because they cut the pension ties. So basically, you have to work now an extra like 5 years or something, and all these people that were planning to retire are now like shit out of luck, and their pensions are getting cut. And this is happening all over the world, but we're kind of like, we're just like
because there's constantly really bad shit happening all over the world.
Yeah,
it's like, how do you as an individual do something or make change? And that's the hard part. People feel they can't do anything because they're just like, I'm just one person, but I'm like, you can.
Well, the French though, like I hate this because I'm like if people have been watching a couple episodes already, I'm like notoriously don't like the French. Like I just the whole like I don't know, like
that's me with the
French,
Irish. Me with the Irish.
Oh, is it? Yeah. That's super fair. I am Irish.
You are?
So that makes sense. It's an obnoxious
dumb and
people.
silly. Yeah.
No, it's dumb and silly. But like French, just the I don't know, the snootiness or whatever. It's a bit much sometimes.
And the racism, yeah.
And the racism, yeah. But they're actually making real change. Like that, what they're doing, like, you know, you're tearing down the fucking whole city, right? But you kind of, like, at a certain point, unless they just decide to go, like, full, you know, like North Korea regime, like, eventually that is going to work. And I'm not necessarily sitting here and saying to you on a podcast that maybe we should consider some rioting and some revolution if these things are actually happening in our streets. But when you start to turn off the street cameras, you pay for the street cameras. Like I pay taxes. You pay taxes. Like we pay for these fucking street cameras.
Did you get money back on your tax return?
Oh, because I make so little. Yeah. I get money back.
Happy. I was like, thank you, universe.
Yeah, no, I always get money back for it. Yeah, but no, like it's important that we're looking at these things because it's not as if this stuff hasn't happened. And when you have this like new act in the States, like we're gonna just adopt that shit, like the TikTok ban, like that 100% is gonna happen our way. And what that does is then it and this is how you can then flip it back onto the other side. It's like then you don't have the ability for queer, BIPOC people to be able to communicate on social media platforms without it getting censored. You don't have the ability to mobilize, to be able to actually be able to show what's happening. And when you have that, then it's just this thing. They want to be able to split poor people up. But ultimately, we're all fucking poor in comparison to the rich.
And even apps like TikTok, I'm like, they're cute and all, but I'm just like, you're in your own little bubble. The algorithm is feeding you your own thoughts that you really believe in. So you're never challenging any of your own ideas or anything, which sucks because I'm like, how are you going to like see how the other perspective sees things unless you're on like Twitter and like reading things or reading replies and comments? Because it's just so sad how people literally think the nastiest and the worst things.
Oh, it's horrible.
In general.
Yeah. It's horrible. Yeah, and Twitter and TikTok are pretty fucking cesspools. I don't know if you've ever read those comments. At least it's a little bit more regulated because you have like a profile attached to the Instagram, so like you can kind of like clap back. You're like, why do you have your kids in your profile, bitch? You know, like,
why do people forget about digital footprint in general?
Yes.
Like when I was younger, no one really cared, but now I'm like, everyone talks about it today.
Yeah.
When you post online, like it's consequences. But I'm just like, how do these dumb bitches not think about that today?
Think about like 13-year-olds and shit, like people just getting their social media and like their brains aren't fucking developed and probably going off and saying some like,
I'm like, thank God I only had Club Penguin and Neopets when I was younger. Oh my God.
When did you get social media?
Like I think I downloaded Facebook in grade 7, and then my sister would watch it. Like, if I wrote one mean comment, she'd be like, why would you write that? And then she made me delete it, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm happy for it, but then I'm just like, I wish that I had someone controlling it more.
For sure.
Because even now,
grade
like,
7s,
don't let your kids on this stuff.
No.
You learn things so quickly.
Yeah.
And if you're in the wrong way, you're gonna pick that shit up so immediately. Like even Tumblr, on there, everyone was depressed.
Oh, Tumblr
so
was
like,
nuts.
Ooh, you're cutting your wrist. So am I.
Yeah,
and if you think it's like an edgy, quirky thing that's real in real life that people are like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, nobody is like this.
Yeah.
Like nobody's listening to 1975 on their watch this. Nobody.
Yeah, no, nowadays I couldn't imagine, especially the endless scroll part, because I'll find myself like even last night, this morning, whatever, I was up till like 5.
My screen time is like 11 hours every day.
Wild.
It's so
I
bad.
know. I'm really bad with it. Like I spend most of the day kind of on it, but I guess my business is all through it, so I kind of have like a little bit of an excuse. Like I have to market and stuff like that, but I spend so much more time doing nothing. Yeah, it's a lot of doom scrolling, especially my feed right now. It's just like
because I'm like,
it's
I'd rather
real
just
dark.
Scroll than just think about my own thoughts for a while, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's so much easier. Or even the idea of social media being parasocial.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure with you, people have an idea of your business.
Yeah.
And then they perceive it that way.
Yeah.
And even for myself, I'm like the idea of someone knowing you online.
Yeah.
And never meeting them before, but they already like created an idea of who you are, so you in real life. you're just like reintroducing yourself, but breaking that like fifth wall almost.
What's something that you think would shock people to find out about you?
I don't know. I think so much. For example, like I'm mostly online. I'm like giving very loud, obnoxious, bubbly. But when I'm quiet in real life, for example, people get confused because they're like, "Is something wrong?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, bitch." I'm like, "You think I'm loud and annoying every fucking hour of every second? No." And I think people forget that as humans we're multifaceted because I'm like, not everybody is the same. And online, one big thing that works is sticking to that same image. Where people now are trying to be vulnerable online, and I would love to do that. Be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm mentally ill," but now it's like a quirky thing to do. And people forget that people are actually struggling in a real way, not just like a, "Oh my gosh, I failed a test" type of way. And that annoys me. And I'm also like, if you say too much online, what will people do? They'll use it against you.
Yeah.
So I'm always careful on what I share, what I say.
Yeah, I'm
like, even
super
being
careful.
queer online, I'm like, if I'm online, I would say my parents are supportive.
Yeah.
Are they? No. But I do it intentionally because I'm like, if you know that my parents are not supportive, what are you gonna do? Find their Facebook, message them. So I'm just like, if
It's
I
interesting.
say that,
Yeah.
I'm giving you ammo against me.
Yeah, I keep my folks far away.
So now I'm just like,
I don't follow them
block,
or anything.
block.
Yeah. I block every mean comment. I'm like, you never get to see me again.
If
Really?
they're really mean, then yes. Otherwise, no. I'm like, give me a view, thank you.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I can't do it because it infects my mind too much. Because I am empathetic, and because of the thing that we were talking about before, when it is people that you really care about and you actually do try to register that criticism, it's hard to sometimes differentiate when you're getting it from somebody that doesn't know you or doesn't know what you're all about. Even if it's genuine or not, or even if they have their reasons, it's just like it's hard to be able to figure that out and make that distinction. So a lot of times, as soon as I get it, I'm like, all right, I've heard you, and now I never need anything more again. You know?
Like, let me not reply. I'll show scene and not reply.
It's also like it's a weird thing sometimes because of our roots and stuff. But like ultimately, we're a comedy club. Like we don't have like. I don't know what kind of social responsibility I'm necessarily
like.
like.
It's not deep.
It's not deep. We're making dick jokes. You know what I mean? Like it's not that deep. And yeah, I don't know really. Like someone was like, "Are you gonna do a fundraiser for people?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like and now I was thinking about it, but now that you're kind of like making me do it, like now I'm just like, what? Yeah, I'm a comedy club.
Also
like
the decision of like, is this performative or not?
that's a huge thing for me too because I see so many fucking me's doing that, and I'm just like, I see so many me's doing that, and I'm just like,
all the doppelgangers are coming out.
well, you know, it's a lot of you know. Sometimes we're like, great, like when I put out something like when I was talking about what was happening on the East, like I believe in that. I really think that that's fucked up, and I think it's fucked up for a bigger reason than just what's happening there. And like there was a lot of people that were giving like clap emojis, and I'm like, I'm not doing this for your validation because I don't play in that game. I don't play in like the placate game. I either do it like we have our real shit. And like, it is what it is. It's like, okay, maybe, you know what, I'll line up this week. Fuck, it's a little bit Sean McDonald. I love you.
Sorry, Sean.
It's a little bit of Sean McDonald's, but then we'll do something like, we'll do like the People of Comedy show, and we'll be like, all right, this is a great opportunity. Like even in a room where we're not necessarily having like new and upcoming comedians here, this is a show that's like specifically centered to be able to give people of color an opportunity to be able to come, even if you're not the most professional, haven't been doing it the longest, where you're going to get to go and do like a great room in the scene. It's something that you can put on your resume. We film it. It's like it's supposed to be like a club that we have a bit of like prestige for like, okay, it's like you work hard,
like
I get to see
it.
Exactly, right? So we try to do like like things like that, but like we don't advertise it being like, look at us, the best allies, like I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that world. Like you either just do it and people know you for that, and that's why like I've had people be able to like come to our aid when like people are like misinterpreting things online. Like I'm a wild boy.
If you make a mistake now, especially, people will hold you like so poorly. They'll view you so poorly
forever.
Like, everyone makes mistakes. It's normal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what can you do to like get out of that? And that's what confuses me about Vancouver, because people will do bad things, like really bad things, and then people still support them.
Yeah.
But it depends on who you are, almost.
Fucking.
Like if you're really relevant.
I could talk because especially this like weird, and I know like I don't know how much you fit into that kind of like the artsy like scene, the creative scene. Like it's so clicky, and then it's so weird when they've got like this like fake persona online, but then you talk to them and they're saying like, some like wild shit, and you're like, oh, you don't talk that way like online, because you know that like people won't, you know, whatever.
And people are so scared to say their actual thoughts. And I would say, I'm not gonna censor myself at all, because people are often scared to do so because they want to be liked. But I'm like, in an effort to be liked, why do you need to censor what you think?
Yeah.
Because if you're being yourself, the right people will show up and come to you and come find you.
Yeah.
But people here are so scared to do that, which is why I'm so hesitant on talking to a lot of creatives here, because not only do they scare me in the sense that they're talented and they're cliquey, but also it's like they'll toss you out like a little fish as soon as you do one thing that doesn't align with what they want to do, or what
like
they want to become.
Close friends. Like I've seen it. Like not luckily not for us. We have like and that's why I love that's why I gravitated. You know, we started as a photography studio, and like literally day one had like catty bitches coming in like from the art scene. Like I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off, Mike. But like
stay tuned,
like
stay tuned.
like catty bitches coming in and just like looking around, being like, this is so like cute and small, and you're like, bitch, like shut the fuck, like I don't, like I've got a storefront, like we've got a photography studio, like don't like minimize like my effort, you know, like we put a lot of work into it or whatever.
People are like, oh, you only have 2K followers, and I'm just like, for you, you think it's cute and tiny, but at the end of the day, regardless of how many followers you have, it's about like impact. For example, I went to an Apple event where they invited me. Don't know how they found me, but then they told me in person, they were like, Bucky, we found you because followers don't matter. It's about brand and what you do,
and also your engagement, right? Like and how are you connecting with people and being you know, and like, are people actually fucking with the content? Do they like what they see? Are they engaging? Are they watching the videos to the end? Are they like, that kind of stuff means so much more than that little fucking stupid number up at the top.
I was saying, like, you'll see people with 1 million followers and like really bad engagement. Or even then, I'm just like, you can have a big following and not do anything purposeful with it. Like, you can just lip sync, thirst trap, and there's a lot of hot people that do that. But I'm just like, what does that accomplish? Like, who do you represent, or what is your goal?
Right.
And that annoys me as well, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, let me get cheek filler and start making lip syncing videos for the weekend.
No, it's frivolous too, because it doesn't lead to anywhere meaningful, and you can see that even at the peak of that type of content, let's say like an Addison Rae, you see how that translates into like, they're trying to make her like into like a movie star, and it's like, people are like, no dude, like, you make the dances on the TikTok, make the dances that are like vaguely hot but like not too hot, and like and then like fuck off with the movies. Like, no one liked, you know, like the, what was it, like He's All That or whatever,
and
like
then,
remake.
Like, once you start off as something, like for example with her TikTok star, I'm like, you can't really escape that until you're at a really big point, which she made it to. But then even then, people will never give her the credit, because it's like, oh, you blew up on TikTok. But I'm just like, how else in this day and age are you supposed to quote unquote make it? Because even now, I'm like, back then when I was younger, I was like, making it is becoming like a celebrity, A-lister. But now I'm just like, that's not even realistic. So I'm just like, what is making it, aside from, oh, I'm happy with what I'm doing?
The reason why I stayed away from TikTok was because I found that investing time into that did see eyeballs, and that's great, but not necessarily a translation into tickets and ticket sales. It doesn't actually like further you, like, nobody is going, because it's so much of the swipe action that you don't actually end up like, never going to go and click a link off of somebody off of TikTok.
You'll see a video,
right?
you'll hit like, and you'll just keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling, and you're like, okay, that's great. You have 3 million people that saw it or whatever. Like, that's fucking dope. But ultimately, does it move any tickets? Does it keep your business going? And the opposite is with Instagram. You might get like 100 likes and be like, this is a good day, but you might sell like 4 tickets out of that, and you're like, great, we made 150 bucks. You know.
The funny thing about Instagram is, when you share your new post that you posted on your story, you'll see who watches the story,
and then
you're like, why are you not liking it, bitch? Like, no.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of that.
I'm like, at least be a fan.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the Vancouver thing, you're totally right. And do you find that like sometimes because this is one thing that I noticed, and this is why I think I've always been a fan of you, and then why also I'm a fan of Trixie and Katya, is like, I feel like, weirdly, and maybe you even talked about this, like, of being like, of keeping the you keeping your identity and gender identity, like he, him, you know, your pronouns, like, I feel like you're very accessible for the straight man. Like, I feel like it's accessible in a way where like, you're very funny, and you're not straight passing by any means.
I wish.
But like, I feel like you can make a joke, and because I've seen your stories, you'll get kind of fucking crazy sometimes.
That's true.
And do you find that sometimes you don't fit in because you're more, maybe like, that's why I was saying, like, I feel like you're more comic than you are like artsy. That scene,
because
right?
I'm
like
crazy and I'm obnoxious. People won't take me seriously because they're just like, oh, Bucky's just wild. It's like giving Jersey Shore Snooki vibes. But I'm just like, do I have to fit into that, like, being quiet, timid mold to be taken seriously? And I don't think I have to.
No.
But it confuses me because I'm just like the paradox of how Vancouver creatives are.
Right.
It's mysterious, edgy. They'll do their little photo shoots and their little modeling gigs.
Yeah.
And then that's all they do.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, a cute photo on Instagram is just that.
Yeah.
And for myself, even now, I'm like been thinking about what I want to do.
Right.
Aside from just like, oh, you're pretty on Instagram, you have nice clothes.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean shit.
No, it doesn't
me
encapsulate
like,
who you are.
I think I'm palatable for straight audiences because they're just like, oh, you're gay, but also you're not too gay. You're not just like, oh, I'm gay, I'm flamboyantly Frankie Grande, because that's when they just don't like you.
Interesting.
But I'm just like, I'm just being myself. But even for example, I did a podcast with the other guy, and there I'd have mean comments because people are mad about how gay I am.
Right.
I'm just like, what is the proximity between like not gay enough and just too gay? And that confuses me because I'm just like, I'm just being myself.
Of course, yeah. So that is something that I was actually kind of interested in bringing up, but you touched on that before. So like whenever I see you on stories, you're kind of just with the gals.
Always. I don't really have many gay friends. If I do, I'm not gonna post with them because I just feel like when you're with them, it just feels competitive and cliquey.
Okay.
In general, so all my friends are basically just girly girls.
Yeah.
Because with them, I'm just like, I'm able to be myself and have a lot of fun, and that's it. Whereas with everyone else, even straight men, I'm like, I get scared to be around you because I don't know like how to just behave or operate. Not you, but just in general. Like, how do you like exist?
Yeah.
With girls.
How do you even exist? Just to let you know, not doing well.
But with girls, I'm just like I know I'm like troped as their token gay best friend.
Right.
And for a while, like, that really bothered me because people also view me as closer to them than I view them.
Right.
Thinking as a really good friend because of, oh, you're gay, you're oversharing, therefore we're besties.
Right.
Or B, they just view me as like oh, you're here for now, you're a cute little gay.
Yeah.
It's like a side piece. But I'm just like, I don't know how to operate in Vancouver because making friends here is so hard.
Oh, it's so difficult.
But it's easy with the girls, in my opinion, because they'll immediately eat me up.
Right.
Whereas everyone else, it's to be like, if I'm talking to gay guys, it'll just become like you're being mean unnecessarily, which I'm okay with. But I'm just like, okay, now I don't want to be around you, because I'm okay with shady bitches. But I'm just like, okay, but what is the line? Because I'm like that, but I'm just like, where do we go from here, babes?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, it's got to be an interesting dynamic where you both, you find, you're romantically attracted to men, but then also are craving what every man does, which is just platonic friendship
men are
as
trash,
well.
First of all, but I would say like, I'm your favorite piece of trash because these guys just don't get it. This doesn't click.
You don't feel any long for just that platonic male friendship, no. So you're fine. You are
like,
fine
male
being
validation hits different. Male validation, we all love it, but I'm like, I don't need it. I don't require it because
not validation. I'm talking real friendship, like real. Because there is shit that you can talk about. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Do you find that there's things that you can't talk about with the girly girls that don't maybe know you in your totality?
I'll tell people everything.
Okay.
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
But the idea of like men in general talking to them, I'm just like, there's barely any drama, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Or B, it's like very surface level, shallow, just dumb things in general from what I've seen or observed. Whereas with girls, it's like, okay, there's layers to the friendship.
Yeah.
And I say I rank all my friends on levels. So like either a level 1 or a level 10.
Right.
And with guys, it's just like, okay, you're all at the bottom of the barrel because you offer nothing.
Right.
Like genuinely though, because I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do aside from the smoke in your fucking car? Like, bitch.
I love a good car hot box though. You spoke to me right there. Yeah, I was like, that does sound really fun. A good car hot box. What do you do? Mostly, I see you at clubs and stuff, right? You're
even partying. I'm like, I hate partying.
Party.
I only do it because I hate staying home. Like, I enjoy.
Really?
I love dancing and having fun and being silly and goofy because I grew up watching Snooki and all these messy people. So I'm like, when I go out, I'm like main character energy. But then I'm just like, ideally, if I didn't have to, I only do it because I'm like, I'm meeting the people, and you never know who you're gonna meet. But in Vancouver, where do you meet the people? Yeah. Everyone only goes to these parties. They don't have these daytime events where you can just network and stuff. Right. So where do I find them? Aside from, oh, everyone's sniffing K in the washroom right now. Hey y'all, hi, I'm Bucky. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez, I couldn't. I'm so removed from that scene. Like, I don't club. I don't go.
I'm trying to be like
else.
that though, but I just don't know how to separate myself without being like forgotten.
weirdly, I think that's where it kind of ties into our earlier stuff. I weirdly think you might be able to find that missing part of nightlife in comedy. It just
Ooh, I hope so.
because it's what is different about the comedy scene, and this is why like sometimes I do laugh when someone, like, I posted a photo yesterday of like me and a comic that I know, and like I made like the second slide like a photo of like 3 comics that are all kind of quite edgy. Well, no, one was Alex Jones and 2 were 2 comics that were like quite edgy, and like the thing was like, look at like the 3 of us and then the 3 of them, and we're the same because it's all like we're all so stupid, right? Like it's like Alex Jones
we're
and
like H3H. Have you seen?
Sorry?
We're like H3H3
right now.
Podcast?
Yeah, I've seen H3.
You're Ethan.
I might. Oh God, I hate Ethan now.
I'm Terry Joe.
Okay, sweet.
Did you see this?
Sweet. I love that. No, like, and like, it was weird. Just like, yeah, you're right. Like our base is like comedians, so like everyone got the joke that was like in that, or not our base isn't comedians, but our comedy fans. Like that's who like follows us now. But we still have some of the residual from maybe our like old life of like really trying to get that like artsy visual. And I got like a comment of somebody being like, "How can you support him?" I'm like, motherfucker. Me like making a joke is not like a stamp of approval of like I love everything he's ever said and done. It's like
me with Azealia Banks. I'm like, Azealia Banks is problematic, but also I think the discourse around people being problematic and also morally wrong is like different, because I'm just like, you can be problematic like Azealia Banks, Trisha Paytas, and still be likable. Yeah. With Alex Jones, I'm like, you be like that? That's weird, like peculiar.
It's so weird. But the joke is not, hey, look at how great Alex Jones is. The joke is just like, look at how fucked up this like argument group of people.
Taking things too literally and too seriously. I'm like, you're just putting your own thoughts into what I'm thinking. Like, didn't mean that.
And that's why like the comedy scene, I think, so much more connects with me, because with comedy, there is.
Like, where is the line though? Like, what do you feel like?
I don't support people that are known sexual predators, and like we're known as like a progressive spot because of that stance. But like for the most part, that's the general rule. If you say anything on stage, so long as it's getting a laugh, and it's getting the right laugh, because we actually do have like very diverse audiences, even though the lineups sometimes can be what they are.
Matt Rife, who I used to love. I was like, 1, he's pretty, and 2, I thought he was funny. Yeah. But then people started dragging him online for saying like fucked up jokes. Yeah. But then I'm just like, how are you as a comedian not knowing where that fine line is of what you can and can't say? Because I'm like, aren't you like taught this shit? And also, don't you have a team telling you what to do almost?
I think the intention is the most important thing about everything. So like, what are your intentions with it? Like, really, you have people that are coming to a comedy club that are paying money to come and see comedy. So that's why like we don't have walkouts, we don't have hecklers, we don't have like issues with people, because we're so far removed from the rest of Vancouver. You have to make this a destination. You're not walking by and like, let's check this out.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
We're in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? So you have to make it like such a point to be like, I am going to go and see comedy tonight. And with that, it kind of makes I think the audiences quite a bit more like relaxed and let loose, so that people can try things. And then what is nice about younger audiences is that they just let the comedian know without having to say anything or do anything, just by how much they're laughing, whether or not something hits or not. And sometimes you have to take these like great big swings to be able to then like figure out.
My ego could not handle that.
Well, I mean, you get
I would be like, play the laugh track now.
Yeah, I mean, most of what comedy is for your first like 4 or 5 years is just like really learning how to be okay with like doing jokes to a room of people that are like not on your side. And like we have like great rooms like, you know, like Chop and Chew, and places like LMG that are like opening up again, and like these great spots that are coming out that people are able to go. But for the most part, especially during COVID, it was like, let's do comedy in a Chinese food restaurant to no one that paid tickets, so that we can like just basically ruin their night. And somebody goes up,
be a fan, please.
Yeah, right. And so like that was, you know, that was kind of what was happening before, you know, we kind of started things back up again in the city, or at least, played some kind of part in it.
But hey, you're doing the damn thing, which is
trying
good.
to. Okay, I think we are coming to a near end of the podcast, so I want to get to our last segment on the show. This is the segment where we kind of just figure out, like, okay, so we've talked. At least just from the little bit that we've talked about, it seems like you've had a fairly lived life.
I would hope so.
You've had
the
some
memoir better be good.
Some trauma, some real shit that's happened in your life and everything, and now we talked a little bit about the state of the world and everything. So even despite all of that, I know that we are the kind of motherfuckers that will come out of this interview, and no matter how gloomy it might have gotten at points, we're gonna just keep back on our grind. Like literally, there's really no stop. So
goodbye mental illness. Hello sunshine and rainbows.
So what is it that's keeping you going? What is it that makes you want to be doing what you're doing?
I think it's easy for people to give up now, especially today. But I'm just like, I don't want to be a number that's like, or a statistic that's like, okay, I'm going to sell myself out and just be a corporate girly through and through. So I'm like, my 8-year-old self wanted to do things that I'm doing now, and even much more. So I'm like, if I give up now, at least before I'm 30, it's pathetic of me, because I'm like, you can try, and you're almost like one step closer to making your finish line your big goals. Because even now, I'm like, I have all these little goals that I check off, but the big goal is there at the end. And although I'm like, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. But to give up on yourself is almost like, why to even begin? Like, why even try to be something creative or like artsy in general? Because so many people like us fail because they don't believe in themselves, or they don't have friends that believe in them. Because I have so many friends telling me all the time, like, oh, Bucky, you don't see your own potential right now. Eventually you will. And I think that confuses me, because I'm just like, what do y'all see in me that I don't see in myself? But therefore, I'm just like, if I give up now, I'm just like, bitch, you flopped. And my biggest fear right now is my flop era. Like I always say, I'm in my flop era, as like a joke, because I'm like, by saying it out loud, I'm like, good things just start falling into place. Like next week is Fashion Week, so I'm trying to figure out looks for that. And I think in general, I'm just like,
Are you walking any of the?
No, I would never want to walk.
Really? Why not?
I'm just serving cunt.
You would do great.
Like I would love to walk a runway, but I'm just like, there's no way.
Like I would never do it, but I would love to do it if somebody asked. I mean, if somebody. Yeah, no, you'd be great with that.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to do, and I know if I give up now, it's just like, bitch, you did all this for what? Like, to even be here, because like 2 months ago, I was like, I'm deleting my social presence completely, I'm getting off the internet.
No.
But then I was like, oh, baby, you're just manic.
Yes.
So now I'm like, let me just keep trying.
Isn't Mania so much fun?
I'm like, ooh. Or when the BPD hits, I'm like, okay, this is bad. This is really bad.
Yeah. It's fun. I love my manic episodes. Woo.
So now I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I fail, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. And also, no one really is like gives a fuck if you do well or not, because people only really are on your side when you're doing really well. You get a cool gig or do something cool, then everyone's in your DMs comment saying, I'm just congrats, you look good. But until then, it's like stagnant shit. But that's all of us. No one's really doing remarkable stuff in the city. And also online, you all look fucking cool. Yeah. I'm like, I'm bored. That's why in real life, I want to do cool things for myself. I'm like, okay, this year went well, because the first 2 months were bad. So I'm hoping my summer shit is really cute and lovey-dovey. Otherwise, I'm punching myself.
No, you just keep going. That's a good one. I think like just maybe the answer for today is why you stay at Motion is why the fuck not? Like, why not? Like, because what else? You know?
And like, you gotta be a little delusional. Like, even my username being FAMEGRANDPA now, I'm like, I don't consider myself famous, but I just know, I'm like, fame is a mentality almost. It's not like a destination, because how do you know when you're famous? When one person asks for an autograph, one person asks for a selfie, how do you know? I'm like, what dictates whether you are or aren't? Because I'm like, you can be famous 10 years ago and still have been famous. So I'm like, bitch, if you act like it, eventually it'll happen.
Yeah, very true.
Like, your aura better be strong.
Did someone in Vancouver tell you had to get rid of the word lame?
Yup.
You mean the thing that was like a word? It was like totally fine while we're all kids.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. So it pissed me off. Like, I get it, but they were just like, Bucky, just change it now, because the last thing you want to get dragged for is having that in your username. And I was like, okay, rebrand era, rebrand.
It's so silly.
Like, it was either gonna be fame or tame or same, but I was like, Fame is the best.
Fame
Paris
is the best.
Hilton.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Bucky, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on. I know I saw on the other podcast you did this week, you said you had no straight friends. I hope we can be. I hope I can be your first straight friend. Yeah.
Ally.
Yes. Yeah. That's. Yeah. There we go. Do you have anything you want to promote? Anything you want to send people to?
No.
Anything?
Goodbye, fame grandchildren. Love you all.
All right. This has been In Motion. You have been In Motion. Have a good night.
Whoa. But now I want you to take photos of me.
Yes. Yeah. Let's get a photo. Let's get a photo together. All right. We're good to go. Perfect.
We love
Hour
that.
10. That was great.